Hi everyone, I'm getting ready to show one of my clients a home here in Alexandria. It's a townhouse. What's unique about this client is that she plans to rent this property in the future. So what I did from day one, before we even go in to see the house, is I ran some numbers for her. What I discovered, first of all, I looked to see if this is going to be a good marketable area for a rental property. That was the first step, and it is. It's actually currently a rental property. So I checked out what the current rent is, but I also ran some comparable numbers to see if that is the current rent, because sometimes owners will have a property for a long time and they'll raise rent very minimally to keep their tenants there. So I found that the current people are actually renting for about $100 to $200 less per month than the market rate. So this was great because this means even better numbers for my client. Then I took it a step further. I know she wants to put about 20% down on the property. The numbers weren't very close with 20% down. So I ran them again with 30% down. That gets us a lot closer, but there was still a discrepancy in the rent amount and the mortgage amount, because we also had to include, taxes, insurance, and since it's a townhouse, there's also an HOA. So in order for this property to cash flow in 3 to 5 years, with 30% down, in 3 years, it will have to raise rent about 4% each year to cash flow. If she waits a little bit longer and doesn't rent it out for 5 years and rents increase 2%, that's even more conservative, but I think the 4% is actually a doable number as well, then she will be able to cash flow on this property. I'm never going to advise my clients to make a purchase that's not going to financially make sense for them now. And part of making sense now is, if your plan is to rent it out in the future, then you have to treat it as an investment property. It needs to be able to cash flow in a couple years. So if you ever want to talk about strategy, I love to talk all things real estate. If you're planning to buy a property and plan to rent it out in 3 years or 5 years or whatever your plan is, I can help you walk through those numbers and see if they make sense for you before you even buy the property.